What if I told you that 95% of your thoughts, actions, and beliefs are running on autopilot without you even realizing it? And what if I told you that these programs are often the root cause of your struggles with health, relationships, and even finances? But the good news is you can change this, and in this video, you'll learn exactly how. Now, most people don't realize this, but the mind is made up of two key components: the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And these two parts of your brain work together, but they have completely different functions. The subconscious mind is far more powerful than the conscious mind, and it controls 95% of your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. And today, I'm going to break down how the conscious and the subconscious mind work, how your subconscious mind gets programmed, especially during childhood, and how you can reprogram it to remove limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones that will help you succeed in every aspect of your life. But first, you gotta understand the roles of the conscious and the subconscious mind, because the more meaning you put behind something that you're doing, the more you're gonna wanna do it. So, let's get into it. Your conscious mind is the logical thinking part of your brain. It's where your personal identity lives. It's what allows you to make decisions, analyze situations, and create goals. It's basically the part of your brain where you are super aware and intentional. And your conscious mind is what decides, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and go for a run. This is a conscious decision. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, runs behind the scenes. It's basically like a database that stores all of your habits, beliefs, and automatic behaviors. It runs these programs that you've basically picked up throughout your entire life. These programs control the way you react to situations, and most of the time they operate without you even realizing it. If you're wondering why the heck we have programs stored in our subconscious mind, let me give you an example. Let's say we have no programs in our subconscious. If this was the case, we would literally have to learn how to walk every single day as soon as we woke up. But we obviously don't have to do that because we learned how to walk when we were very little. Because we've done it so many times, this walking became a program and it got stored in our subconscious mind. Our brains are basically no different than a computer. We need programs to carry out specific functions. So here's the catch though. While the conscious mind is logical and creative, the subconscious mind does not question or analyze. It simply runs the programs that it's been given. It's like a tape recorder. It records and it plays it back. This is why so many of our actions and decisions feel automatic. They're simply being driven by these subconscious programs, even when they conflict with what we consciously want. Let me try to give you an example. The first thing you do when you wake up is you check your phone. Literally, as soon as you open your eyes, your hand just goes to your phone and then you check it, whether there's something important on your phone or not. You don't think about it, you just do it. Thinking is conscious, and when you're doing something automatic every day without thinking, this is a subconscious program. So, how do these programs get installed in the first place? Most of them get installed during childhood. From the day you're born to around age 7, your brain operates in a state known as theta brainwaves. And I'm going to talk more about brainwaves in a second, but basically this state is referred to or known as a hypnotic trance. And at this stage in life, kids are like sponges, absorbing everything from their environment. They observe their parents, their teachers, their community, and they literally take everything in, no questions asked. If as a child you heard phrases like, you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough, or things like, money doesn't grow on trees, hey, put that thing down, that's too expensive, or let's say your mom or dad gets angry at you and they say something like, shame on you, why'd you do that, you're a bad kid. All of these beliefs that you're hearing gets directly downloaded into your subconscious mind, and you as a child do not question or analyze these messages because you simply don't have the conscious awareness to do so. So the primal programs that go into your subconscious mind have nothing to do with your wishes and desires. It has all to do from observing your mom, your dad, your family members, your teachers, and the community. And this is where the problem starts. By the time we reach adulthood, these programs become a part of our self-identity. If you're having thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't do anything properly, I'm not talented enough, Everybody else around me seems like they're doing great, but I just can't seem to figure anything out. Nothing's going my way. I just basically suck in a way. If you're having these thoughts, it's because all of these beliefs got downloaded into our subconscious as a kid, and we were either criticized or exposed to negativity. When you're a kid, you're like a tape recorder. You download all of these messages word for word, and it becomes a part of your self-identity when you grow up. Our subconscious minds are loaded with critical assessments, and because of this, most people have a hard time loving themselves or their life because there's this lack, this negativity, this criticism within that they're living with, and they don't even know where it's coming from. To be honest, it sucks. But even though we got these limiting beliefs downloaded as a child, it doesn't mean that we can't change them. And in fact, the good news is there's plenty of things that you can do to change them. And I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I've personally used that worked wonders for me. But before that, I want to quickly dive deeper into brainwaves and show you guys how they influence the subconscious mind. Now, our brains operate at different frequencies depending on our mental state. And the lower and slower the brainwave, the less conscious or alert we are. And the higher and faster the brainwave, the more conscious or alert we become. I'm going to throw a quick graph on the screen just so you can understand all these brainwaves and what I'm talking about. So, the first brainwave and the slowest one is called delta brainwaves. And like I said, these are the slowest brainwaves and occur when we're in deep sleep or unconscious. The second one is called theta. These are slightly faster and are associated with deep relaxation, imagination, and hypnosis. And this is the state our brain operates during early childhood, and which is exactly why children absorb information so effortlessly. The third one is alpha waves, and these occur in a calm, relaxed state like when we're daydreaming or lightly meditating. And in this state, the subconscious mind becomes more open to influence. The last one is called beta waves, and these are the fastest brain waves and occur when we're actively thinking, problem solving, or focusing. And this is where most of us spend our waking hours. Alpha and theta brain waves are when our subconscious becomes most suggestible to information. And this is usually when we wake up and right before we go to sleep. So when you're sleeping or you're unconscious, your brain operates in delta brain waves. As soon as you wake up, you go into theta because you go from an unconscious state to a slightly more conscious state. Maybe 10, depending on every person, it's different, but maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, you go into alpha brainwaves as you get up and start brushing your teeth and make your morning coffee. This is where your brain waves start speeding up a little bit more. And eventually, after, let's say you eat breakfast, you drink your coffee, you go into high beta and you're ready to tackle the day. So the same thing happens at the end of the day. You're in beta, you finish work, you come home, you eat dinner, and then you slowly start unwinding. You don't really want to think about anything else. Your brainwaves basically start slowing down. You go from high beta to alpha. Eventually, as you get more tired, it gets closer to time to sleep. Your brainwaves go from alpha to theta. Once you're in theta, you don't have very long until you fall asleep or pass out. After theta, your brain waves go into delta, meaning you go to sleep and you go unconscious. All right, I know that was a lot of information to take in, but this is very important for you to know this concept about the subconscious mind, how it works, how it gets programmed, and now how we can reprogram it with our wishes and desires. Now, our subconscious mind learns with repetition. So let me give you an example here. The first time you drove a car, it was probably very difficult. You might have been even freaking out. You got to think about the gas, the brake. You got to think about steering the car. You got to think about looking at all the mirrors. You get the point. There's a lot of things that you needed to consciously think about. But over time, because you've done it so many times, it became more automatic. You don't think about driving a car. You just do it. And this is why you can text and drive at the same time, which I don't condone, by the way, but many of us just do it. Your body basically drives the car and you can consciously text your buddy at the same time, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but we all do it. So now let's get into the techniques itself. Let's start with the first one. This one is called affirmations. And if you've never heard of affirmations, they are simply positive statements that help you replace negative beliefs with empowering ones. Let me give you an example. Instead of saying, I can't accomplish anything or I'll never be successful, say, I can accomplish anything that I do in this life. I can do anything because I believe in myself. I am worthy of success. I am talented. I'm smart. I deserve the best. I deserve the best job. I deserve the best life. I deserve the best body and health. Repeating these affirmations consistently will help you reprogram your subconscious mind over time. This is not a one-time thing. You got to do this over and over every single day, and eventually you'll start seeing changes in your mindset and how you behave and how you see and act when it comes to certain situations. Let's move on to the second technique. This one is called visualization. Visualization works because your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between real events and imagined ones. This is actually backed by science. All you got to do is take a few minutes every morning and every evening, picturing yourself living the life that you desire with the qualities that you want to have as a person. You can picture scenarios like getting the dream job you've always wanted. You can imagine hitting a financial milestone or achieving a specific goal that you've always wanted to achieve. There's literally no limit when it comes to imagination. If you do this daily and consistently, I can guarantee you that you're going to start seeing real changes in your life very, very soon. The third technique is called scripting. And scripting is great if you like writing or journaling. You basically write all of your wishes and desires like you've already achieved them in the present moment. So let me give you an example. You can write scenarios like your ideal day and your ideal body or your ideal personality. There's literally no limit when it comes to scripting. You can write things like, I love having a healthy body and strong body. You can say things like, I love having my own business and setting my own hours and making a six-figure salary. I know these are things that are not done yet, but you write this over and over and over again, and what happens is your subconscious mind accepts these outcomes as possible realities, and over time you'll start doing things that'll help you reach these goals, and scripting is a great way to do this. So I just want to reiterate something very, very important. Remember, we talked about brainwaves and how the subconscious mind gets influenced, and alpha and theta brainwaves are the brainwave states when our subconscious minds are most suggestible. So from my personal experience, if you do the affirmations, the visualization, the scripting, you can do either one of them, two of them, or all of them, whichever you want, whichever you like the most. But the key is to do these when your brain waves are a lot slower and your subconscious mind is more suggestible. So I recommend that you do this first thing you wake up and right before you go to bed. This is a great way and a faster way to impress the subconscious mind with your wishes and desires. All right, I want to mention one last bonus tip that will help you immensely when it comes to reprogramming your subconscious mind, and that is emotion. Adding emotion to your affirmations, to your visualization, to your scripting is super important because emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. Now, when you're doing your affirmations, instead of just saying, I can do this, I can accomplish anything, just really get into the feeling of saying, I can do this, I can accomplish anything, I can be the best that I can ever be. I can start my own business. I can get my dream job. I can do this. I believe in myself. Really just get into that emotional feeling of what it would feel like to actually be the person that you want to be. When you're adding emotion, this is just going to speed up the reprogramming process. Same with visualization. If you were to imagine a specific scenario, let's say this happened in real life. Let's say you win the lottery. If you won the lottery, you would be over the moon. You'd be so happy and, just doing backflips almost in a way. But when you're imagining, you also have to get into the feeling and not just see that scene in your mind's eye, but add emotion to it. And this is going to help your subconscious mind accept these images, these new thoughts that you're beginning to produce in your mind a lot faster. Same with scripting. When you're writing something, just write things that are going to make you feel good, make you feel a lot happier. Really get into the feeling. You're going to notice that writing and visualizing and affirming is going to be a lot easier when you get into the feeling. I hope that makes sense. And just remember, your subconscious mind is like the operating system of your life. It controls 95% of your thoughts, habits, and beliefs. And while it may have been programmed with limiting beliefs, you have the power to rewrite it. But you just have to put in the work day in and day out. So give one of these techniques a go. Try it out and just have fun with it. And remember, the key is consistency. When you commit to reprogramming your subconscious mind, you're going to start to see real changes in your life. I promise you. Thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.